One other piece of news, and then we've got some kind of fun thing we want to chat about. I don't know who dug it up. Where'd the original news come from? I want to give them credit.
9 to 5.
Okay, cool. 9 to 5. Google found.
9 to 5. Google found it in an APK.
Yeah.
So that's where it came from.
Yeah. So a new Nest. Is it just a regular Nest?
Just Nest Wi-Fi.
Just Nest Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But they're adding Wi-Fi 6.
Yeah, so let's see. Let me read this specifically. Michael's the one that reported on this one. APK Insights, deep dive. Google could have a brand new Nest or Google Wi-Fi, so it could be either one. I kind of hope it's just Google Wi-Fi.
I don't.
The differentiation between the two didn't make any sense to me.
Oh, we figured out Kenny's issue. He had the pucks plugged in, and for some reason, that was completely throwing off the setup. As soon as he unplugged the pucks, the extra ones.
Yeah.
And we had it just the one plugged in, worked fine.
And is it Nest or is it Google Wi-Fi?
That one was Nest. It's the
rounded one.
Yeah, the rounded one. Yeah.
Very
strange.
And I get it. Like I get Google wanting to, like Nest is kind of home stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they've got now Nest. You know, audio. You got Nest.
And it has the speaker built in.
It makes sense, but at the same time, like Google Wi-Fi was fine.
Yeah, I know.
And then they re-released Google Wi-Fi in 2019, which is super weird.
Very strange.
And I thought they were going to do that and put. Michael talks about this in the article. I thought they were going to do that and put Wi-Fi 6 in it, which would have been awesome. But codename Sirocco, Sirocco, which
you guys are
Michael found
better with this,
which refers to, quote, a hot wind, often dusty or rainy, blowing in from North Africa across the Mediterranean to southern Europe. You were just talking about Africa. Andy Cam. So I've not been to Africa. Have you been to Africa?
No,
I've not been
to
Africa.
I almost went.
But you said it was really awesome, right?
It was really awesome. We actually went in June of 2019, and everybody said, "Oh, it's going to be so hot." But Southern Hemisphere, where we went, so it was actually winter there.
Oh, there you go.
Perfect weather.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
Whenever I was studying abroad, we almost went to Northern Africa for a trip. But that was during a lot of the turmoil in Egypt and everything going on. And so they were like, we were talking to some locals about it, and they were like, I don't know that Americans should go gallivanting around over there right now, because we were going to go to Morocco, or I don't remember where we were going to go. And they were like, you probably shouldn't go.
Yeah, my dad was there in January of 2019 in Zimbabwe, and there was some uprising happening with some gas stuff.
Yeah.
And then the day after we left, they stopped accepting foreign currency. Like, it was wild. Yeah. It was cool.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Not that part. But
yeah.
Yeah. So,
but there you go.
So yeah, the term makes sense. It falls in line with previous branding. Because the Wi-Fi's always are termed with like wind type things. So the Google Wi-Fi and Nest Wi-Fi, their code names are also all wind weather type things. So, so the code name makes sense. Let's see. Yeah, and so none of Google stuff, as good as their routers are, which they're still fantastic, by the way.
Yeah.
Like we have one at our house, and we have 3 levels. We live on 2 of the levels, but I just never really have to worry about Wi-Fi. I almost never reset my router.
I remember.
We almost never do it here, and there's so many devices connected to it.
I had one of those built-in the router modem combo things that they rented for
so bad.
Where was
Comcast?
It was Comcast up in Louisville, and there was it was like their support was so bad. It was like a meme almost, how bad. You would have to sit and wait, or they would be like, hey, we're gonna come hook up your internet. We'll be there sometime in the next 3 days. If you're not there, we're gonna charge we're gonna charge you a fine.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
Yeah,
and those built-in boxes are always awful.
But I had to reset
them constantly.
Oh my! It was like, I'm not kidding.
Every day
once a week it felt like.
Yeah. Ours was terrible, and so now not having to deal with that anymore. And even here at the office, we have fiber, so there's not even a modem box or anything.
Yep.
There's a line that comes in from the wall, and you plug it into the thing and go.
Yeah.
But missing Wi-Fi 6 at this point now is starting to feel like a problem.
Yeah,
and to clear it up, like with Wi-Fi 6, the throughput speed on Wi-Fi 6 is higher for a host of reasons. But it's not wildly higher. It's not like, Wi-Fi 5 to Wi-Fi 6 is all of a sudden the throughput's going to be just crazy and everything's going to be so much faster. Wi-Fi 6 has just a better ability to handle multiple devices.
Right.
So used to be like, well, in an office setting, Wi-Fi 6 is better. Forget that. Like at your home too. I mean, sit for a second, if you will, with me. Think about all the things just in your house that are connected to the Wi-Fi. Just think about it.
Looking around us right now, I mean,
There's multiple things just in this room
Yeah.
right here. In our office here, I mean, I want to say at all times, there's 25 to 35
yeah, I was gonna
devices
say we had
always.
30-something devices connected, which is
and
wild.
that's when not everybody's here, not everybody's stuff's here. But you think you walk in, you've got your Chromebook, you've got your phone, maybe a watch, maybe a tablet. You know, you brought in 3 or 4 connections when you walked in the door, much less all the smart speakers, all the smart sensors and cameras and all
TVs.
that stuff. And they're all hitting this one modem. And even though it's got plenty of throughput, it's maybe not as smart at handling how to deal with those things and really hand out Wi-Fi the right way to everything. Wi-Fi 6 fixes a lot of that. It's made for that. It's really what the whole upgrade to Wi-Fi 6, why it was important. And we talked about it a lot for Chromebooks, getting Wi-Fi 6 with 10th, 11th, and now 12th gen Intel processors, yada yada yada. So it's an important upgrade, and it's one that every once in a while I'll remember. Like when the Wi-Fi is being a little dumb, I'm like, oh yeah, this is still Wi-Fi 5, man. Like we need to move up. So I'm really looking forward to this.
Yes,
I
definitely.
don't know. I'm trying to see. Let's see. I don't know if there's any timeline specifically for this. But God.
That could be a fun I/O announcement.
Yeah, it would make total sense at
I
I/O.
think they've done some other Nest
I think
stuff.
the original Google Wi-Fi was I/O. The Nest was at the 2018 Google event. It was the one with the Pixel Slate.
Oh, yep.
2018.
Yep. Because they had those little in the room. Remember, they had the little things, and it was
good. Like Nest Wi-Fi is good.
Why couldn't I think of that?
I don't think Nest Wi-Fi is any better than Google Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I don't really think there's much of a difference there. Yeah. But whether they stick with Nest or Google, it doesn't matter. If it gets Wi-Fi, if they keep what they've done with these routers and then add Wi-Fi 6 to it, they're going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's an if. It's for sure they're doing that. So it's a matter of when.
When's
it going to come?
Like you said, it's a little overdue, honestly. So, and again, like you said, just think about how many devices you have in your house connected at all times. Wi-Fi, the way that we use Wi-Fi has changed dramatically in the last 5 years. So this is a big update. So it'll be cool to see that roll out.